Chapter 48. Jen. It's the January sales and Katie and I are going shopping. Dina and Claire are tagging along too, and I'm sure every shop in the street can hear us coming. Our collective volume is so loud. Bridal boutiques are the sort of place you always long to go into, but never have a legitimate reason. The dazzling creations of white tulle and lace in the window look like some Snow Queen extravaganza, given the season, and fortunately it's fairly quiet when we arrive. "Good morning," the assistant says, rather coldly. "How can I help?" "My sister needs a wedding dress," Katie announces. "Perhaps I should just have a look around," I say, with visions of Katie forcing me to try every dress in the shop. "Do you have any idea what style you'd like?" the assistant asks, in a tone that doesn't expect much from me. "No, not really." Claire and Katie start cooing over various dresses, surging forward to examine them. Dina gives me a sideways glance. "Every single picture in here is of a white girl," she comments. She's right. However diverse this country becomes, there are still so many reminders of how we're in the minority. "I can wear a white dress though, can't I?" I ask, not entirely rhetorically. "You can wear whatever you want," Dina laughs. "But it sounds like Mummy and Daddy Chase want the English country club style. Maybe that's what you should say to the helpful assistant." She rolls her eyes, and I hastily steer her further away from the woman's earshot. I touch the fabric of the first dress in front of me and turn the price ticket over. £2,700. I suck my breath in sharply. I'd been saving for a deposit, and it seems wrong to spend so much of it on something I'll only wear once. "Weddings are just silly money," Dina pronounces. "If you went into a cake shop and ordered a cake, it'd be like 50 quid. If you say it's for a wedding, they're going to charge you 500. Maybe I should just learn some new skills, like flower arranging." "Don't think you're going to master dressmaking in time, though," Dina points out. "Anything you like?" Katie walks over to join us, Claire following. "I don't want to spend too much," I tell them. "What is your budget?" the sales assistant calls across the shop floor, inserting herself into the conversation. "This is too much," I indicate to the price label that nearly gave me a heart attack. "I want something more reasonable." "These are couture gowns, you know," she reminds me. "Do you have anything on sale?" Dina asks. She wrinkles her nose. "We'll probably have a sale in February as stock comes in for the spring and summer." "Cutting it a bit fine," Claire comments. "When is your wedding?" the assistant asks. "April," I reply. "Oh," she says in surprise, then recollects herself. "Well, I'm afraid most of these gowns need alterations to fit perfectly. Even if you chose one that was in stock today, you would struggle to have it prepared in time." "Let's find somewhere else," Dina says. "Thank you very much for your help." Once we're outside, the others look at me with sympathy. "Don't worry," Katie rallies. "We'll find something." "She was unnecessarily rude," Claire comments. "It's 'cause we didn't have designer handbags and all that." Dina pretends to walk in an exaggerated swagger across the pavement. "So, we know you don't want couture," Claire says. "What's the alternative?" "H&M? Dina shrugs. She isn't far wrong. We troop into many high street stores, searching at the back for a wedding dress section. The problem is, it's January sales time and the shops are rammed full of sale rails with little black dresses and glitzy jumpers. There are piles of clothes on the floor and everything is a total mess. "What has been going on in here?" Katie steps over a mass of hangers with tangled up tops. "Sorry." A harangued assistant dressed in black leggings and a black t-shirt that says sale in red letters stumbles over to pick them up. "We've been open since 6 a.m. "Man, some people need to get a life," Dina says. "I don't think we're going to find anything in here," I say with a hopeless shrug. "Why don't we get some lunch?" We push our way through the crowds to a department store and manage by some miracle to grab a table. "Selfie time," Katie announces, holding out her phone while we cram our heads together and pout. Dina and I go up to the counter together, leaving Katie and Claire to giggle over filters. "It's not the end of the world if you don't find something today," Dina says, taking in my glum expression. "I know," I sigh. "I just wanted to get it sorted." As soon as term starts, everything will get busy again. I know what it's like to have a stressful job, Dina begins, but you can't do that whole disappearing thing when you've got a wedding to plan. What disappearing thing do you mean? I ask. You only have to look at our group chat. She holds up her phone pointedly. July, August, you're posting away with all of us. September comes round and you are off the radar. You told us about Michael because you hated the guy. Then you told us you were going on a date. Then suddenly you're engaged. Sorry. I avoid Dina's stare to scour the fridge for sandwiches. It was all a bit of a blur. I know it's special meeting someone new and you get all caught up in it, Dina continues. I understand that. I'm just worried you've bitten off more than you can chew. Your big day's coming in 4 months and it won't do any good to put your phone on silent when you get stressed out. I don't ignore my phone, I counter, reaching for a tuna mayo baguette. I just don't always have the energy to reply to messages. I still read and keep up with what's going on. That's lurking. Dina raises a penciled eyebrow. Just let us help you, okay? We're all in this with you. I'm not in trouble, I roll my eyes. In approximately 8 weeks, you will be. She's probably right. Once we've got through the checkout and returned to the table, Katie proudly shows me a new WhatsApp group she's created. Wedding. What do you think? She says. I've put us all on there, seeing as we're bridesmaids. Don't get too excited. I slide into my chair. At this rate, you'll be digging out your old prom dresses. That's actually not a bad idea, Katie says, grabbing her baguette from the tray. Except that we'll all be wearing totally different colours, Dina says dryly. What is your colour scheme anyway? I stir my tea in the teapot and set down the spoon. Not sure. Please not pink, Claire says. I make a face. Blue could work with all our skin tones, Dina says. Cross that bridge when we come to it. I try to shut down the conversation. So, what did you think of the groom then? Katie asks with a mischievous glint in her eye. Here we go. I like him, Dina says. This is what she's said repeatedly, which makes me think that really she doesn't like him. Something about the lady doth repeat herself too much. And? Katie asks expectantly. This is the other thing. The way Dina says it, it's like there's a but coming. She takes a bite of her sandwich and shrugs. I mean, I still haven't spent much time with him yet, she hedges. I had a good chat with him, Claire chips in. I think he's a solid guy. Solid? Dina echoes with a shriek. What, you mean he's made of bricks or something? He seems reliable, Claire says. Well, that's very romantic, Katie rolls her eyes. I also thought his proposal was very lavish, Claire continues. The fact that he went through with it even though he was really ill, it seems sweet to me. And it's a gorgeous ring, Dina says, pulling my hand to examine it again. I can't believe he got exactly the right size for you. Once we've built our strength back up, we make our way through the maze of the store's 3rd floor. It's quieter up here, away from the 50% off sale rails on the ground floor. Ooh, let me just look at this. Dina stops and grabs a hanger, holding up a gold silk floor-length dress. That would look amazing on you, Katie says. Would it annoy you if I tried it on? She looks at me. Go ahead, I gesture, and wander around to browse. There's a tiny wedding section in the corner with a few cute kids' bridesmaids' dresses and then a few bridal gowns. A woman with a department store uniform, black shirt and silk scarf, my kind of style, is unhooking a stunning white bodice covered in diamante jewels from a mannequin. She catches my eye. Sorry, don't mind me, she says. I've just got to change over the display now that Christmas is over. That's so beautiful. I step nearer. It is, she agrees. The skirt piece is a bit unusual, but it really works. Let me show you. And just like that, she produces a satin, sweeping skirt with a long train holding it up underneath the bodice. It's a rich, honey gold. Can I try it on? The words are out of my mouth like a reflex action. Sure. She looks surprised. Let me take it to the changing rooms for you. Carefully carrying the 2-piece ensemble, she leads the way to the changing area, where Dina is posing in front of the mirror with the gold silk dress on. Jen, Dina says, What have you got there? Just found something, I say, trying not to get too excited. The assistant leads me into a larger sized cubicle and then helps me into the dress. I hope she ignores my sweaty armpits and my discarded washed out bra. She fastens up the back of the bodice and it feels like just the right amount of tightness to fit without suffocating me. Okay. She draws back the curtain and I step out towards the mirror. I can't believe it. I look incredible. I stare at the image of a sophisticated bride. It's me. You look amazing, Dina says. What is this? Katie crashes into the changing room and stops dead when she sees me. I smile nervously at her. Do you like it? She blinks for a moment and I realise she's blinking back tears. You look just like Mum, she says. Silence rings in the air as Claire catches up and peers at me over Katie's shoulder. It's perfect, Katie cries and flings her arms around me. I'm going to find us more dresses, Claire says. I hug my sister and I allow my eyes to well up. I wish she could have been here. I whisper so only Katie can hear. I know. She squeezes me tighter. I hope she doesn't damage this thing. Group hug! Dina throws her arms around both of us. Take this, Katie. Claire has managed to find the gold silk in both hers and my sister's size. 5 minutes later, we're all shimmering in front of the mirror. Time for another selfie! Katie whips out her phone again. I'll take it, the assistant offers. This has to be top secret though, she says, although her current volume means that the whole shop floor knows about it. How much is this anyway? Dina asks me, stroking the satin skirt. I don't actually know, I say. How about we get changed and then have a powwow? We reconvene back in our jeans and the assistant places the dresses carefully onto the counter. Original price for this was £400, she says, but because it was on display, I can cut the price to £200. I'll take it, I say to squeals from the bridesmaids. Calm down, everyone. I want your honest opinion on the gold for you. Love it, Dina says. It was my idea, technically. I'll need to take the straps up a bit, Claire says, but I think it'll be fine. I love the colour, Katie says. Let's do it. Wedding WhatsApp chat. Katie. We got dresses! Dina. I take credit for the whole thing. Claire. I think the cafe was my suggestion. Katie. Shall I add Michael to this group? Jen. You better stop posting selfies then. Katie. There will always be selfies, just no wedding dresses.